Ted, before we start this, and James would do it, but he's not drinking. So there you go.
Happy 100.
Happy 100. 100 episodes, baby.
100.
Cheers. Oh.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo! Look at that chaser.
Hello and welcome
Something's
back to
never
the
changed.
Thesideescape Gaming Podcast, episode 100. I'm your host, Jake Burke, and joined, as always, by James St. Charles and Ted motherfucking Livy.
Woo!
Ooh. Oh, all right, boys.
How did that feel?
I'm going to be honest, I don't do shots a lot, so that was...
We're gonna.
It was
warm you
well
up.
deserved today.
It's
Yeah.
quite pungent. Quite pungent. Really preparing for the bachelor party. Preparing for the bachelor party.
Smart.
You're gonna be screwed.
Oh, it's like going through my stomach a little bit, you know?
You
Anyways,
chase it with a beer?
Have you eaten anything today?
Yeah, but not a lot.
Oof.
Not
Mistake.
a lot. Oh, the LaCroix? LaCroix is the best thing I'm
Nothing like alcohol in an empty stomach.
I know, I've already had 2 beers. I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty excited.
Yeah.
Guys, it's our 100th episode.
It's your 100th episode.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, don't worry. I've got stats about everything. Because this is the Sideescape Gaming Podcast, episode 100, where every Monday morning a new episode goes live on youtube.com, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Once a week, we sit down in Discord over 500 miles, talk about a video game-related topic and what games we are playing, but we're really not doing any of that today. Because we're kind of going to talk about the podcast.
Aw.
I brought some stats about our podcast. This is such a us episode. But I wanted to hear from my co-hosts for many of them. James, have you had a good time doing the Sideescape Gaming Podcast?
Oh yeah, I have a
He's like,
impromptu
no.
impromptu speech, if you would say,
Wow.
that I prepared impromptu.
Okay. Impromptu.
I haven't prepared for it. Yeah. No, but I definitely wanted to say, Jake, you've basically carried this whole show. I kind of we've had this idea for such a long time. I think over many drunken nights where we fought.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
About video games just randomly, and I think this idea was definitely originated with you. And we came up with the idea like so many times. Like we're like, what is the name? What are we gonna do? And of course, Ted was there. We were like originally like trying to like get all this stuff going, and then it kind of was just
You wrapped a tie around your forehead.
That was one time, yeah.
Yeah.
But we started it out. You were in your garage.
My dad's garage.
Yeah, your dad's garage, and we were just trying to figure out like all the setups, the format. We had like a news show. Remember the news? We had.
I still believe in that new show. Just for
I
the
did too.
record.
Yeah.
love that
It was
thing.
good. It was good.
Yeah, we had some pretty good start, and I think it's 100 episodes is incredible. And for most of those, it's totally been 90% you doing the work and 10% I showed up and was a voice. So definitely hats off to you uploading all those episodes. Not just Sideescape, but Dago Boys, Cinema Realness. Remember?
Yeah.
A bunch of other shows that we like had in Let's Plays, and so definitely to 100 more. And it's been great working with you.
Oh, it's been awesome.
It's been a really good time.
Oh,
Definitely,
cheers.
I feel like my knowledge of games and my understanding and respect has grown, and I feel like our tastes have definitely like been refined over time just by us doing the show. So
My tastes have gone up. My respect has gone down. I don't know if that's related to you guys. I don't know.
I think that's probably us. Yeah.
I really like how sentimental that speech was, and I really do appreciate that, James. It's been such a great, time doing this show. I think, but I wanted to say I hated how much Ted's facial reactions were just like such a douchey way to listen to that speech. It's like,
It was like,
but
what?
that's just who Ted is, and that's why you guys are my best friends.
How
for
much
that.
work can editing, uploading,
Exactly.
producing,
Right.
paying?
The show basically
financing?
runs itself.
Yeah, how much work can that all really be?
Ted, we all just show up when we record a podcast, and then it's up on YouTube.
Yeah.
No, but I think like what's been really great for me as we've done this show is we live so far apart. And Ted obviously joined in too, but like Ted and I lived together when I lived in Sacramento, but you and I weren't like really great friends. Like we were starting to discover we had a lot in common.
Yeah.
That's like we were saying, these drunken nights when we'd have these little kickbacks and we would be hammered just talking about, certain developers in video games.
Yelling at each other.
Yeah, but like we were talking about Insomniac or something, right? Like it wasn't like anyone else could really have this conversation with us, and it was so fun. And I never really had that person, so it's been really great to do the show. It's been awesome, and then it's been great to have Ted kind of join us.
And then Ted
on this
showed up.
journey. Yeah, it was great. So thank you guys for doing the show, and for almost every week. One of the stats I looked up was we had we recorded the first podcast November 14th? Is that what I'm right? No, I'm dumb. No, hold on. Yeah, 2019. It was
2018?
November
Okay.
November 24th, 2019. That was. Do you remember what our first topic was, James? What was the first topic ever for episode 1?
Episode what first topic?
I'm the one.
Was
with
it
the first
our
questions.
what our favorite games are, or like what our
No.
top 10?
Was it Star Wars?
Yeah. It
Oh
was,
no, a game came out. Yeah, it was the Star Wars game. Yeah.
so
yeah.
is this our trivia, Ted? Do
Suck
you have
it,
a bunch of
James.
stuff about our podcast?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. Because I was
I
like,
remember. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen
Once again,
Order.
I did not do as much work as you did.
No, of course, that's okay. Yeah. So what we're gonna do later in the show is Ted has like a
Which
little
became our
trivia
game of the
stuff.
year.
Which became our game of the year. But yeah, Ted has a little trivia thing for us. But I wanted to run through some facts for all of us about the Side Escape Gaming podcast that were just kind of fun. 100 episodes in. Technically, this is our 100th episode. However, we've actually going forward recorded 102 episodes because we did record 2 spoiler casts that we counted as 0.5 episodes. We recorded a spoiler cast for Final Fantasy VII Remake where you and I basically read through like what the game means to try to like understand it together.
Yeah.
And then we recorded a Last of Us Part 2 spoiler cast where we just got to talk about the story. So, and we didn't count those as like official episodes. They were always came out like the same week. Since November 24th, 2019, that was over 135 weeks ago. We've recorded 100 episodes, so we've missed 34 weeks or 35 weeks. Pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I thought it was pretty good. And like I said, we've recorded 2 extra episodes that went on like kind of.
We've had a major pandemic in that time frame, and that's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
the whole world has changed.
Speaking of pandemics, I mentioned this earlier off the podcast, but on February 24th, 2020, we put up a video. And in that video, we discuss Sony canceling on going to PAX East in Boston. And they canceled it because they had 1 case of COVID-19 in Boston. And so Sony canceled the event. And you and I are kind of reading this news story, like bewildered why a company would do that. Like, it's just like a sickness. We had no idea what would happen in like less than a month from then.
Well, 2 weeks later, I'd go down visit you for the St. Patrick's Day party, and we're like, I remember that party because there's like 70 people.
Ted was there too.
Ted was there. Great. We partied, and I remember that we were like complaining about someone from the CDC telling us not to have this party.
Yeah.
And,
My parents threw like a huge, massive St. Patrick's Day party, and as the night went on, the number you could have in your house got less and less.
Yeah.
Throughout the party.
I remember getting updates.
We
like
never
mid-party.
we never were over the limit recommended because people kept like kind of leaving and stuff. It was wild.
Luckily everything worked out in terms of like
Yeah.
how everyone was, but then like coming back, not even a month after that initial Sony report, the whole world shuts down
The
basically.
whole world changes. And I just thought it was so funny. Like, what a time capsule of like before. We're like, there's 1 case of COVID-19 there. Okay, interesting. I wonder what that's gonna mean. Like these 2 naive kids. Like, it was just such a funny thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to these stats. We've reviewed roughly 31 games in that
Wow.
time. And these are major episodes that are like reviewed of like Final Fantasy VII or like whatever that is. So there's probably a lot of other obviously games that we played in the what you've been playing section and stuff. Just thought that was interesting. What was your favorite game in the time that we've podcasted, everybody? That we if you can
Final
count
Fantasy VII Remake.
Dear.
Ooh. Okay, Final
Definitely
Fantasy VII Remake.
I think just seeing the recent news, especially on Crisis Core and all that, like after we talked about it a couple weeks ago, I'm like more excited than ever to like get back into it, and especially with that combat system.
Oh.
Maybe Last of Us 2 is probably like goes second.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably your first, right? Or
yeah, that or Elden Ring. I've been just like kind of floored by and playing that with you guys all at the same time. I was thinking when you mentioned Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's like the most podcasty game that we've ever played.
Yeah.
Because we played that game, and that's like a 30-hour game, and we both played it in that weekend. Like we like streamlined it all the way to be able to like record that episode. And it was like because it was right when COVID happened, and like we weren't leaving our house. Like Maddie and I weren't leaving, and so it's like I'm just gonna
same with
this. That's all we're doing.
Half-Life Alyx too. Like I was like just going through those games, like those 2020 games. Like wow,
we played a lot of 2020.
Not like how it is. What used to be.
So James, you and I have recorded technically 100 episodes. However, no one in the podcast has been here for all 100 episodes.
Not even you.
Not even me.
Not even you.
Not
You're
even
like
me.
a 99.
I'm in 99 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
James, you are in 98 episodes.
Damn.
Ted is in
Yeah, I missed out on 2.
Now, this is what actually I was kind of surprised by. Ted is in 65, and not in a mean way. You joined
4
us really
episodes off.
early on. I know, really. Yeah, you were close to 69.
Yeah.
So what's really interesting is Ted joined the podcast as a regular member after a guest appearance on our 29th episode. His 29th episode, we reviewed Valorant, which you wanted no part of because you hated Valorant, James. And that was the first show you missed. You were like, I'm not going to review Valorant. Not going to be on the podcast. We brought in Ted and Gunnar. And then Ted, this is what I didn't realize. Ted never left. So Ted joined in 29, and then I think you were like that week, you're like, I love doing this. Can I join you guys? And we're like, absolutely. So that's where Ted started in episode 30. So
my young self thinking I would
self.
burgeon out as a Valorant professional player.
Yep.
This was my base.
Sova, that was your guy.
That was my guy. I put too many hours. What a great time to just put way too many hours into a video game.
That was a great time.
I mean, Warzone was a good time to put way too many hours.
2020 is such
You know, I think about
memories.
Warzone is probably like our podcast game. Like we played that literally every like Wednesday.
Yeah, we talked a lot about that in the early days of the podcast and COVID. Yep. Yeah,
What a great
Warzone
game.
is great.
Can't wait for it to come back.
I'm excited for the new one, Warzone 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm excited for that. I mean, at this point,
And it has a new Escape from Tarkov mode apparently.
boom, James, that's what we have always
can't wait.
wanted.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted from my Call of Duty.
Tarkov. Come on. Ted, would you be surprised that King Kong is in the latest Call of Duty season?
Not at all.
He is.
Does everyone team up to fight him like a Lost Minute 2 situation?
Yes.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that.
And have you seen Shin Godzilla?
I don't know what that is.
The Japanese Shin Godzilla came out like in 2017.
Nope, no idea what this is.
You gotta watch it, Ted. It's one of the best examples of how a government should function to defeat a giant monster.
Okay.
Wow, is it like
Back
a
to you,
documentary?
Jake. It really is. It's like how they like strategize and what they need to do to like
All right.
kill it. It's incredible.
I like that. Back to you, Jake. So like I said, we've each recorded a podcast without a member. Episode 66, Ted and Jake recorded a podcast where we talked about Splitgate, Pokemon Legends Arceus, I think the announcement, and Axiom Verge 2.
Wow.
And then episode 70, James and Ted recorded Apple vs. Epic, the conclusion.
That was a great one.
That was a good one. I remember that episode.
Oh, was that what that was?
Yeah.
Jake, were you there for the Blizzard scandal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've only missed one episode.
Okay.
I just read you.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
list.
okay. I thought you missed
we-
the Blizzard scandal. Okay,
No,
cool.
No, the Epic.
Yeah, that was the
Epic
only
one.
episode you missed.
That was the only one I missed. And it's funny because we talked about it so much before that, and then you guys like kind of were like, we're done talking about this after this.
And what's funny is like you didn't really miss that because we sent you the episode to upload. So
Yeah, I watched the whole
you
thing.
actually
and I was
you
a part
were
of that.
really involved in that one.
Yeah, but I wasn't a part of the actual show, which I thought
Yeah,
was cool.
yeah.
And I think you actually hosted that one, James. You like read the whole thing.
Yeah, I did
the whole
host
thing.
it.
It was cool.
Yeah.
8 episodes were filmed in my father's garage before I moved, and I believe 6 were filmed after I moved during water damage.
Watergate.
And during Watergate.
I think that name's taken. I don't think we can use
We
that.
can't use that one? You don't think so?
Watergate 2.
Me and Richard Nixon.
Because it happened twice.
The alcohol's kicking in, guys. I can feel it. The first 18 episodes of our show had no intro. It would just start with me talking. And then Collin Atlee, my future brother-in-law, and then Cameron McNally, who wrote the music, and Collin did the animated intro. We did that. And then
great.
the first episode that ever premiered on was the Final Fantasy VII Remake review,
Wow.
which was episode 26.
That's special.
Yeah, our guests. We've had multiple guests on the show. Parker Phillips was our first guest on episode 27, where we talked about The Last of Us. Since then, Gunnar has appeared in 3 shows, Hunter Phillips has appeared in 1, and Cameron McNally has also appeared in 1 episode. So I thought that was kind of cool. That was the stats of the Sidescape Gaming Podcast.
I think about low sodium cyberpunk like on a daily basis.
What do you mean low? When we first played it? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
What do
He
you
came
mean?
on the show. Who, Cameron?
Yeah, Cameron
Came on the
yeah,
show.
Yeah.
And talk about cyberpunk, and he just
Oh.
off the cuff was like, "I play low sodium cyberpunk without the salt." I think about that every day.
I don't remember
It's
that.
so
I do not
funny.
remember that.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh. Whenever I play a game, I'm like, I'm gonna play low sodium today.
That's amazing.
That did not resonate with me. That's funny.
I think about Cyberpunk a lot with this show too. That's a game that like sticks out because we went with such a cycle of Cyberpunk.
I just like seeing James's dreams shattered,
I know.
like live, and I got to see
It's
that.
so sad.
Yeah, I never got excited for a game until Inscription. Like, I think when Inscription came out, like, I could not, like, I had to tell the world about how good this game was. I bought it for, like, so many people, and it was just, that was, like, to me, was, like, the special thing. Is like, seeing you guys, like, react to Inscription.
Oh, that was great. I do think what Ted was saying, though, or you mentioned, like, not being excited about games. You still don't get now, like, pre-excited.
Yeah.
Like, you're, like, so reserved now, where you used to, like,
Total
be so
Biscuit
hyped.
taught us one thing, and that was to never get excited about games that aren't out yet.
That's true. But no, Inscription. That might be one of the best games we played in the show.
Hades was a pretty good game.
Inscription and Elden Ring. Hades was also pretty good. Damn.
Hades should have. You know what? This is my big regret of the show, and this is coming.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
I will say this now. We've talked about. Okay, we've had our game of the years, right? Our first game of the year was Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Then in what 2020?
Which is a great game. By the way.
No, fantastic! Not my.
I've been thinking about replaying it.
You should. It's got a great Xbox Series X patch.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's really nice. Like 60 frames, 4K. It just looks great game. So excited for the sequel. Anyways, not what I was talking about. What I was saying was, where was I going with this, James? Help me.
The game of the year 2019 Jedi Fallen Order, 2020 Last of Us.
20, but this is my regret. 2020, I think The Last of Us is a much better game than Hades, but I think Hades should have been our game of the year. And I fucked up.
Hades is really good.
I pushed for Last of Us Part 2, and I'll take that blame. But Hades is just that is the game of that year. That game was fucking great.
I think for my personal list, I put Risk of Rain above it, and I regret that because I like Hades.
You put Risk of Rain above Hades?
Yeah. Which I ended up 100%ing Hades with the same people I was playing Risk of Rain with. So cool.
Risk of Rain, I'm 100%. I played one game.
You beat the story once.
Played one game, won it. I was done. I rolled credits in the first try. Boom.
Second try.
No, the first try doesn't count. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to like compare those two games. They're just so different, and I'm thinking about it in my head, and it's just they both equally deserved it. And of course, Hades won some awards, but of course, Last of Us 2 won some stuff.
Hades won every award. Oh my gosh.
Hades, I think, is definitely well received. In it got everything it needed. It didn't really need to be anything more, and they definitely haven't touched it since, and that's great because it probably shouldn't be unless it came out with some really good content. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Did you guys know the Supergiant store has been offline for over a year and a half?
Yeah.
They got so much like orders for Hades merchandise that they had to close the store. I check on a monthly basis; it is not back.
I just checked like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
they respect their employees so much, which is why they're so good that they're not going to overwork them to like fulfill stuff or. So that their next game, I can only imagine like it's just going to be another killer.
Pyre on the Switch,
dude. It's not. I'm so sorry, Ted. It's not. I really wish it was. I think Supergiant might be my favorite developer.
Yeah, for what they do to their core, like in terms of how they treat their employees and structure their games, number one.
Every game is great. You've not played Pyre yet, have you, James?
I haven't played Pyre, but I've definitely played it.
You gotta play Pyre.
I got Pyre. Yeah, I got Pyre. I just haven't played it.
Pyre is
fantastic.
Is it on the deck? You think it's got on the deck?
It probably is. I would imagine.
Probably be like on the Switch.
100%. Yeah.
All right, I'll play on the deck.
Steam and PlayStation are the two platforms it's available for.
A wonderful Mario Strikers meets visual novel, and it's brilliant.
I'll do it.
Ted, out of the 4 Supergiant games, before we get to your trivia thing, how would you rank the 4 Supergiant games from your favorite to least favorite?
That's tough. Personally?
Yeah, personally. I don't care about like how you what you think about quality. Personally, what do they mean to you?
Like, am I ranking them 1 to 4?
Yeah.
Okay, number 1 is Pyre.
Wow. Okay, that's what I was curious about.
But I can't say why because it's a spoiler. But what the choices that Pyre makes you make about a third of the way through the game,
it's amazing.
Are just chef's kiss perfect.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready to get emotionally attached in that way. Number 2 is obviously Hades.
Okay.
Great mechanics, great gameplay meets a heartwarming story and great visuals. I can't believe I'm saying this, but number 3 is Bastion.
And you put Transistor on the bottom. It's crazy.
Transistor's the one I have not finished.
Transistor wasn't my favorite, but it was still good.
I love Transistor.
Yeah,
it's so hard. They're all just so good.
Transistor is the slowest startup, which for me was the toughest. But Bastion's great.
Bastion's
incredible.
so good too. Yeah.
Bastion's really, really good, but Hades is just the same thing, but better in a strange way.
I kind of
like in terms of good mechanics meets a good story meets a good.
They just perfected
aesthetic.
it better in Hades.
Yeah. But in the same way I will go back to old games and still appreciate them. Bastion's great.
Oh, dude, there's nothing cooler than the Bastion narration. I think about that all the time. And the kid didn't know where he was stepping. He fell. You're like, this is so cool. I just fell off the map. That's cool.
Yep. The first extra narrator to Dota 2, I think it was the first, maybe it was the second, was the Bastion narrator.
Wow.
They added him to Dota 2.
That's
my roommate
I do remember that.
He doesn't play Dota anymore, but when over the past 10 years, he's been playing Dota with just the Bastion narrator. So I still get to hear it every once in a while. It's great.
I have the Bastion narrator as well, but I just remember middle towers under attack.
Great.
I love that. All right, Ted, are you ready for your trivia thing? You feeling that, or do you want to?
So,
you want the music?
Because this is not my 100th episode, this is your 2's 100th episode. I thought we'd have a little competition here.
Okay.
A little gentleman's game.
Technically, it's not our 100th episode either. Actually, no. It's your 100th episode. It's my 99th.
Yeah, because of the extra episodes.
Given the 2 hidden episodes, that's correct.
Exactly.
I'm still not at episode 16.
So I believe I should start with 1 extra point than James, just because I've recorded one more episode.
Done. Adding it to. Well, James actually paid me $15 beforehand, so he gets an extra point too.
I told him to give me the answers before, just to give you.
He did. Okay. He did actually do that. The first thing he said was, "Hey, can I get those answers?"
Damn.
And I said, cool. "No, this is a gentleman's game."
How's this going to work, Ted?
So this is just a little quiz show.
Okay.
This is just
any math.
No math.
Damn. Okay.
Well, James, that's where James is going to beat me, is the math portion.
So let me go over the rules here. This is going to be a friendly competition between you two. It's going to be a gentleman's game. At the end of it, we'll shake hands. This is going to be video game trivia across all categories.
Shit.
This was originally like 55 questions because I kept making a quiz and then being like, these questions just aren't hard enough.
Okay.
And I would type in like extra hard video game quiz, and then I would add more and then write super hard video game quiz. And then I eventually condensed it down because you guys were mad at me.
Yeah. James was. I was willing to do.
Well, it's like I was just thinking, if we spend like 2 minutes per question or so, like if we're gonna be here all like an hour, so it's give me some like 1 minute quickies or something.
That's the love of the sport.
James all about them 1 minute quickies.
Well, we should probably like give a 1 minute countdown or something.
Right. Yeah, they won't take us that long.
Let me read off the rules here real quick.
If you said very hard, game does it this scene?
Some of them were stupid hard. I got rid of some of the extra hard ones.
Thanks.
Okay, let me read off the rules here real quick. These are questions that I stole from the internet.
Good.
The correct answers and the gist of the questions are from other sources. I filled in the incorrect answers and kind of fluffed up the questions.
Okay.
That being said, though, the correct answer is what's written on my page.
Okay.
Don't fact check me. I am the law.
Okay. That's fair. How do we buzz in, or how do we do
what? See my lawyer.
I will get to that. Rule number 2.
Oh, that was rule 1 was like 3 steps?
Yeah.
Jesus. All right.
I will read the question in its entirety, and then I will pause. If you would like, you can attempt to guess the question without multiple choice or any help whatsoever. If you do that, you will gain 2 points.
Ooh.
However, if you guess incorrectly, you will lose
2
1
points.
point. You'll lose 1 point.
Okay, you lose a point. So if you're if you're big dicking it, you may lose a point.
Yeah. Oh, there's a real risk reward to being cocky.
I like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that pause, if nobody has correctly guessed the answer, I will read off the multiple choice questions or answers if there are any. Both of you will get an opportunity to voice your answer, and then I will tell you the correct answer and assign 1 correct point for the correct answer.
All right.
Yes.
I had some questions about the rules. How will both of us get an opportunity to say what it is?
You can just say.
We both say like B or D?
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
how do we decide
answer.
Who goes?
You guys can both get
the
same. Yeah, we both.
Oh, so we both get points. I see.
Yeah, overtaking is going to be how cocky you feel.
Yeah, so I guess if you answer before he finishes, that basically steals my point.
So my next question is, if I big dick it, and I get the question wrong, so say like the answer is about a developer, and I say Konami, it's not right. Then do I get the multiple choice option to then guess?
No, you lose that point, and then I can get a point, right?
Yep, you will lose, and then the other
shit.
in this case, James will get an opportunity to. Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Rule number 5. If a guess is verbalized before the question and or the multiple choice answers are finished, that player loses a point. Please reference I am the law.
Right.
Wait. Lose a point when?
If you interrupt
if you interrupt me with an answer while I'm trying to give the question.
But then if you get it right, it's plus 2 points.
No. If you ultimately end up getting it right, you can win back the point that you lost.
Wait. So
yeah.
Hold on. The point, if you know the answer and you're still reading the question, and I get the answer right, that's plus 2 points.
Blurt it out.
Yep.
You will lose a point for blurting it out before I finished, and then Jake will get the opportunity to answer the question.
That's not what you said.
You will get the opportunity. You can win back your 1 point if you blurt it out. If you interrupt me, you lose a point.
No, but if I get it right, though,
James,
like
I am the law.
But Jake, we're talking about big dick in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think you should be able to interrupt Ted if you're big dick in it. If you know
I'm just not even going to interrupt you because I just don't know if I'm going to get 2 points or lose a point.
Exactly, James. Don't interrupt me.
Okay.
That's the whole point.
Pretend, I think if you're reading a question and I know the answer, I should be able to shout it out.
Well, I'll read the question and then pause.
Okay.
So I'll give you an opportunity.
Okay, so just don't interrupt you and just say the answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt me.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Final
Pause.
rule.
Yeah.
Once per game, each contestant, when they hear the correct answer that I have written, they can question it. Once per game, they can question a correct answer. Okay. I will then Google search that question. Whatever the top answer Google says will become the correct answer.
Okay.
That doesn't mean it's right. That just means the first answer on Google is what we will use for the correct answer.
I like that. Okay.
That's funny.
I have it written here on my score sheet. You guys get one phone of Google per
one challenge.
All right.
Can we phone a friend?
I was thinking about it. No phoning a friend.
Okay.
Too much work.
Too long. We're waiting for the call.
Yeah.
All right, Gunner's not there. I'll call Hunter now. Okay.
I'll call a guy.
Okay.
All right. Are you gentlemen ready to play?
Yeah.
Ready.
I would like to reiterate these questions span all video games across all categories.
So how many questions is it now?
There are 25 questions.
Okay.
67.
They will go by quickly. Most of them are multiple choice. We have like 2 true false and 1 free guess.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Question number 1.
Okay.
What is Luigi's favorite food? A, sausages. B, pizza. C, cheese. D, roast beef sandwiches.
B, pizza.
I'm saying C, cheese.
C, cheese. B, pizza?
Yeah.
The correct answer is B, pizza.
Damn it. James gets a goddamn point. Who would know Luigi's favorite food?
I thought it was going to be spaghetti, but he didn't say spaghetti. Is Mario spaghetti?
That's really offensive towards Italians, James.
That's the whole...
Jesus. He's more than that,
he picked pizza and got the right answer.
I picked what I wanted. I didn't know that he wanted that too.
Okay.
Like question Luigi, 2. Who cares? Except for Luigi's Mansion 3.
What inspired game maker Satoshi Tajiri to create the concept of Pokemon? A dream he had. B, TV shows from his childhood. C, an idea his mother had. Or D, catching butterflies.
I'm going
D,
C.
catching butterflies.
I'm going C, mommy's idea.
And James, what'd you say?
D, catching butterflies.
The correct answer is D, catching butterflies.
I'm doing well here.
I think I remember but Shigeru Miyamoto talked about like his childhood, like being like going out and adventuring was what gave him a lot of ideas for his game. So it was like, I think a lot of those Japanese creators have like this big childhood thing.
That's a cop-out answer, yeah.
Huh.
I went
so
outside.
I like,
that's not a good reason to
but it's always like that. It's like, hey, I had good memories of my childhood going outside.
Good memories,
that's why
memories.
And that's why I made Pokemon.
That's why I made a game for you to stay inside.
Yeah. Good.
All right. Question 3. What was Sonic the Hedgehog's original name?
I'm going to know it when I'm going to hear it. So let's hear these answers.
Okay. A, Blue and Fast, and N is like a capital N, like Blue and Fast. B, Collin the Hedgehog. C, Mr. Needle Mouse. Or D, Mr. Blue Ball.
C, Mr. Needle Mouse.
I was also saying C.
You both are correct.
Yes.
C. Mr. Needlemouse.
Pew, pew, pew.
Watch out, James. I'm coming up.
Yep.
Which,
Yep.
what a great name for song.
Mr. Needlemouse.
Mr. Needlemouse.
I like Blue and Fast.
Yeah.
Blue and
Blue and
Fast.
fast. Yeah, I was like blue and fast.
Hey, we're going to Blue and Fast gas race.
Blue and fast.
I was thinking about gas stations when I wrote that answer.
Yeah,
That guy is Blue and Fast.
You're really catching on to American audiences.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Question 4 is a true or false, so no opportunity to get 2 points here.
No blurts, okay.
True or false? FIFA 2001 launched with a scratch and sniff disc known as Smell the Pitch.
Oh, true.
True.
That answer is true.
Yeah.
It
That's
did.
that's
It's-
too
it's-
weird.
it's
It's too
weird.
detailed. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not that
Smell?
creative to think of that, Ted. That's so good.
That'd be a great collector.
I didn't think of
kind
any of
item.
these questions. I stole all of these from the
That's a good
internet.
point.
That's a good question though.
Okay.
Smell
Question-
the pitch. That's fucking
Smell the
gross.
pitch. I wonder if you could still find one that
That's what I'm thinking. How long
Yeah, so
ago was
it's a
Scratch
good.
and Sniff?
It's a good
2001,
collector.
so almost 21 years ago.
I don't think Scratch and Sniffs last that long.
But if you get a sealed copy, maybe.
Did you guys ever go to Spy Kids 4D? Are you familiar with this movie with Jessica Alba? And
Yeah.
Like it's
So
yes.
the one where they go into a video game? Yeah.
No, Ted.
That's
no,
3D.
That's 3D.
Oh,
Spy Kids
okay.
4D is Jessica Alba and the guy from Community. And their whole thing was that 4D, they would have at certain points in the movie, you'd
Oh.
scratch a card and you'd sniff it.
Okay, I don't remember that. I have seen 4D. That's a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's very bad. But
With,
imagine it
Joel
accompanied.
McHale, yeah.
Yeah, with Joel McHale. But it was accompanied by a
Joel
scratch and
McHale.
sniff pamphlet.
Yeah.
The future.
It's wild.
Speaking of the future, question 5. In what video game does the character now known as Mario first appear?
Donkey Kong.
Jake says Donkey Kong.
Well, he can't also say it.
he answered at the pause, so you gotta
Yeah, I'm
tell
big digging
him
it.
if that's right.
He's correct. He gets 2
Okay.
points.
Damn, came back.
Give me question 6.
Question 6. Nintendo began as a company that sold which product?
Cards.
Can you be more specific?
Like playing cards.
Bro, Jake wins again.
Damn.
He looked up his
I wasn't sure if it
Nintendo.
was like-
I've read some Nintendo history books.
Yeah.
So many
All right.
Nintendo.
Question 7 is a free guess, so you
Okay.
both just get an answer.
Okay.
What was the best-selling video game in December of 2017?
December 2017. But I can't lose points, right?
No, this is
No,
just for
no.
1 point.
It's got to be some fucking Call of Duty Black Ops 3 or whatever. 4. Call of Duty
Okay.
Black Ops 4. Call of Duty Black
Okay.
Ops 4.
I'm
Lops
gonna
4?
say Call of Duty Black Ops 4 as well.
All right, you both are wrong. The answer is Call of Duty World War II.
God damn it. I
Okay.
knew it was a
Game that
god.
James- I'm never
the
gonna
game the game that James forgot existed, and I was hoping he would redeem himself.
I knew
I knew it was a Call of Duty, but I was gonna say like Blackout or something, but that was the
That was a few weeks ago. We had to like re-explain
Yeah.
to James that they made a game just called Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping that would be fresh in his memory.
I
That
don't
was so
remember any of those games.
You're lucky. I had a lot of questions about main characters in Call of Duty games. They were bad.
Thank God.
The characters were bad. My questions were great.
Oh, okay.
Question number 8. EA Sports game Fight Night is about what kind of sport?
Boxing.
James gets it.
Nice, James.
Man, I had great one.
Can you
I wrote down
read them?
underground street fighting,
Okay.
mixed martial arts. There were some good ones there.
Mixed martial arts, I would probably would have believed. Okay.
Okay, question 9. This is a true or false, so for
Okay.
1 point. The cover of NFL Madden 2018 features NFL star Tom Brady.
False.
False.
The answer is true.
Oh, Jake, come on!
Who is
Challenge
that?
him right now.
2018 would have come out in 2017.
Oh, wait, what?
Remember,
That's
you
right.
guys can both
I'm
Google
gonna
if you
challenge
think I'm
this,
wrong.
Ted. I'm challenging
You
this
want to
shit.
challenge it? Okay.
What's Madden 2017's cover?
This is an easy one to challenge.
No, Madden
Yes.
2018. It's Madden 2018.
NFL.
No, he said 17, right?
Nope.
No. He said it came out in 2017.
Oh,
Madden
I
18
said
comes out in
Madden-
17.
It's it,
NFL
it
Madden
is Tom
18.
Brady. It is Tom Brady. I can confirm.
Okay, so
this is very clear.
I'm gonna
Tom
X
Brady.
out your Google search.
It's
You've used
the GOAT edition. Jesus fucking Christ. We were calling him that then. He's at the GOAT for 4 years. He's on the Patriots in this one. Oh God.
All right.
All
So
right,
that was Jake's Google search.
That was well worth it. All right.
That was worth it. That was good to know.
To challenge Tom Brady at this
Just
level.
to be incensed. All right.
I just did it because I was like, I trust Jake's knowledge on Madden.
It's not good.
You were wrong. You were wrong to do that.
Well, it's fine. Like we both were wrong. So.
Question 10.
All right. What we got?
What publisher currently publishes and still sells video game titles such as Brothers in Arms, Cold Fear, and Starlink?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
What publisher currently publishes, so still technically sells on shelves, video game titles such as Brothers in Arms, Cold Fear, and Starlink? A. Activision Blizzard. B. Ubisoft. C. Sega. D. Atari.
I'm going to say Sega.
The Sega.
You guys are both wrong. The answer is Ubisoft.
Damn it. Brothers in Arms.
Starlink is the game
Brothers in Arms really like
Starlink is the game with the toys that you plugged into.
Yeah, and on Nintendo Switch they had an exclusive Star Fox one. Okay.
Yeah, you could plug the toys into the.
I knew that game was familiar.
I know Brothers in Arms, but I was like, who the fuck makes Brothers in Arms?
I threw in Sega just to throw you off because they make Company of Heroes.
Well, I was gonna do Atari if it wasn't like, but Atari doesn't make shit anymore, so it's like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Atari. Well, I was hoping you'd think they were garbage and therefore Atari.
I thought Starlink was like that other space game that's really popular, like
Starbound?
Eve Online.
Oh, no, Eve. Oh,
I thought it was something like that, and I was like, some fucking
critical
weird
mistake
publisher.
that cost you the point.
It didn't
Quick
cost me
update:
a
you guys are both tied.
Wow, what are we at?
6 each.
Wow, good for us.
Okay.
Question 11. This is a classic question. In the video game Pac-Man, what is the quote-unquote nickname for the red ghost? A. Blinky. B. Pinky. C. Inky. Or D. Clyde.
What dumb
Just
names.
as a hint, all 4 of those are
real,
actual
they're all real,
nicknames of the ghosts in Pac-Man.
I'm gonna say Clyde.
I'll do Blinky.
The answer is A. Blinky.
Yeah.
James.
Clyde is the orange one?
Okay.
Who fucking knows?
Clyde, yeah, I was like, it's either Blinky or Clyde. It can't be
Maybe
Pinky.
Clyde's the teal one.
You know what I'm really glad about with Pac-Man is that like he's not a thing today. Like I'm glad that like we're not getting a lot of modern Pac-Man. Like
they released the Pac-Man collection recently.
That's cool. I'm cool like with Pac-Man.
It's on Game Pass.
Oh, that's fun actually. I like Pac-Man itself. I just think like I'm glad he's not like running around in a 3D space and that's like still a thing today.
I wish it was a first-person shooter.
If they made a grindstone Pac-Man,
like Doom, but you're just Mrs. Pac-Man.
You're just with a
gun.
giant shotgun, with a rail gun.
Okay, that's the Pac-Man I want.
Question 12. I hope I get this name right. Okay. The legendary Soviet programmer Alexei Pajitnov created the video game known as Tetris to test the speed of computers he worked on. What other popular puzzle game did Pajitnov create? Just as a hint, it is still for sale on modern platforms and is even available on Game Pass.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna like say what game he made it. I knew we were both ready for like Tetris, but damn it, I didn't know he made another.
He made another game.
Give me that multiple choice, big dog.
A. Space Chem. B. Hexic. C. Luminous. Or D. Antichamber.
I'm gonna go with B.
I'll go with D. Antichamber.
The correct answer is B. Hexic.
Damn it.
Just for the record, he was hired by Microsoft when the Soviet Union fell.
That's very cool.
Hexic is a Xbox 360 arcade game.
Wow.
That's insane because I feel like he had the deal with Nintendo like really early on.
Yeah, he made Mario and Yoshi with Nintendo and then got hired by Microsoft. I got too
really just a brilliant mind. Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah, he didn't get paid for Tetris until like 2007.
Yeah, a lot of weird licensing shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there were so many knockoffs too.
Yeah. Who owns a video game made by the Soviet Union?
Yep.
We all do, technically.
You're right. You're right. Actually, yeah, we all do.
Yep.
That's how it works.
All right. Question 13. Which monumental game was published by the company GT Interactive in 1996? Keyword is monumental.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a good word.
Okay. So this is 5 5 multiple choice. A,
5.
Sid Meier's Civilizations. B, The Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. C, Diablo. D, Quake. Or E, Resident Evil.
Diablo.
I'm gonna go with Civ.
You both are wrong. The answer is Quake.
Ah, damn. All right.
Damn, they did Quake.
I knew it wasn't Resident
That's
Evil,
it.
James.
Why did you say in software?
Because they didn't publish
They
it.
didn't publish it.
Fucking hell, why did they self-publish?
The money.
I guess the keyword is publish, but whatever.
Yeah, I
that-
never heard of
that's
GT
what I was
Interactive.
Me too.
So I was
Okay.
like, what the fuck?
That sounds like it's got to be something we don't expect.
Yeah.
Question 14. How long did it take developer Marcus Pearson to make the very first version of Minecraft? A, 12 years. B, 3 years. C, 7 months. Or D, 1 week.
12 years.
1 week.
Jake is correct. The answer is 1 week.
Damn.
Because that's just such a weird answer. So he built the
Yeah,
first working Minecraft like version in 1 week.
In 1 week.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Notch is insane.
fuck. That's so crazy.
I thought he spent like a long time on it. That's crazy. He's pretty
'cause
good.
The key was like the working version. That was just like okay.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
not the
fine.
release version, just the working version.
There's a really good book by Jason Schreier. It's Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, I think is what it might be called.
Yeah.
Where it talks about like the history of like certain games, like how they got made. Just think about one person making a game. The Stardew Valley like chapter is so interesting to like read about how this guy
Didn't it take him like a long time?
forever. And then he finally
Yeah,
like quit
9
his
years or
job.
something?
Yeah, he finally quit his job and like his like wife like was super supportive, but everybody around him thought he was like insane. Like you are throwing your life away. Like what are you doing? And then he made like it's some like odd $1 million in one night from how Stardew Valley just like it was this overnight success and like boom he made like
What it
millions
was
of dollars.
great is that his success story propagated the game even more. Like he came out with like many updates, like the co-op updates, like just really great stuff for the game. And he's making another game.
I'm excited
Like,
for that game.
what the fuck? This guy's insane.
Wizard School,
Mhm.
baby.
Yeah.
All right. I have another classic question here. In what year was the video game Pong released? Formerly known as the first video game ever
1976.
released. That is incorrect.
No.
Yes! Get dinged! All right, read the
So
rest
wait,
of the
so
question.
can I now guess it with the multiple choice? Okay.
Yes.
No,
you
wait,
can
wait,
have-
what?
Yep.
Oh, so we can redeem his point?
I can get
He can
1
re- he
point
can
back.
redeem
But
his point, yeah.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
Listen, I'm not a vengeful god. All right.
I'm like hurting.
I don't know.
A,
Uh,
1967. B, 1972. C, 1974. D, 1978.
I'm gonna let James answer first.
1978.
C. 19. It was C. Whatever that is.
You both are wrong. The answer is 1972.
Damn it!
Wow, that was really early.
Fuck.
Oof,
That
damn.
70s show failed me.
That's where I think about it too.
Oh, well.
Where they have faster
You
paddles.
didn't get
Ted,
to redeem
faster
your
paddles. I didn't get to. So what are we at now? Can you give me a score check?
James is at 7. Jake, you are now at 7 as well. You lost your
Wow.
lead.
Damn it!
It's a tied.
Mhm.
Tie ball game, folks.
Tight
All right.
game.
It's a tight game.
Question 16. What video game company originally worked in collaboration with Sony to develop the PlayStation?
Nintendo.
That is correct. Jake gets 2 points.
Fuck. Yeah, they did make that.
Yeah, that was that.
They had a
big,
dual system.
yeah, remember that big like deal was that guy had like a weird prototype that nobody'd ever
Yeah,
seen.
that fell
like,
through.
like
Yeah,
3 or 4
I
years
remember
ago.
that.
Yeah.
Question 17. What gaming console did the United States Air Force use to create a cluster supercomputer known as the Condor Cluster?
PlayStation 3.
James, that's 2 points.
That's fucking wild. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they used like 17,000 PlayStation 3 or something like that? Or
it
no,
took 2,036 PlayStation 3s to create the Condor Cluster
Yeah.
supercomputer.
it was like top 30 supercomputer.
Is that because the cell processor?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, no, also the
I
PlayStation
dug
3
into
could
this, I don't know.
run it could run Linux. and then they patched it out, and there was a big lawsuit.
Yeah, there was. I got money off that lawsuit because I had a PlayStation. You got 10 at the time. I got like 1035 or something in PlayStation.
Yeah, people were talking about it, like they got like hey, I won the lawsuit, but yeah, it could run Linux, so that's why it ruined a lot of systems because they were using PlayStation 3s for that. It was crazy.
That's wild. PS3 is such a weird. It's such an interesting like story what the PlayStation 3 is and how it's still fucking them to this day, which is so funny.
I think it's great.
It's so funny.
For the record, one of my multiple choice answers was the PlayStation 5 parentheses, which is why I can't get one.
That's good. That's good.
Just proud of that one. All right. Question 18. What popular dining franchise did Atari's founder Nolan Bushnell, or what popular dining franchise is Atari's founder Nolan Bushnell also responsible for? A. Little Caesars, B. Chuck E. Cheese, D. Dave & Buster's, or D. Chipotle?
Dave & Buster's.
I'm going to say Dave & Buster's too.
The answer is B. Chuck E. Cheese.
God damn it!
Big into kids' entertainment, turns out.
Apparently.
And cocaine.
You know, I guess that makes sense because Dave & Buster's wasn't really around. Like, with Chuck E. Cheese was probably before Dave & Buster's.
I think this was in the.
I knew it was a Little
70s, early 80s.
Damn, Chuck E. Cheese has been around for a long time.
Chuck E. Cheese is still around.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Scary places.
Yeah.
Who knows for how long?
Yeah, or what's going on in those Chuck E. Cheeses.
Yeah, Dave & Buster's is definitely way better, but for adults, I guess.
Question 19. What was the first gaming console to have internal memory?
Ooh.
I'll read it off here.
Oh, Xbox.
Ugh, Jake, that is incorrect.
Damn it.
Yeah, that was.
Shit.
Let me still read them off here. A, the Sega Saturn.
Fucking Sega.
B, the Sega Dreamcast. C, Microsoft's original Xbox, which we now know is not true. Or D, the Atari Jaguar.
Atari Jaguar.
Sega Saturn.
Jake, you have redeemed yourself. The answer is Sega Saturn.
I wasn't sure for the Saturn.
The minute you said Sega, I was like, God damn it, it's one of the consoles we never fucking think about.
I knew it wasn't the Dreamcast because it has
the internal memory of the Sega Saturn did not actually save game data. It just saved like the clock.
God, that's.
But technically, it's the first console.
I wonder, do you think the original Xbox is the first console that saved game data, like to the hard drive?
Wait,
Ted, can I challenge you on that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to just make sure because I'm thinking about Nintendo systems that have.
How would you like me to phrase this question to Google?
What video game console had first internal memory? I guess.
Video game console
with earliest internal memory.
First internal memory.
Because to me, like thinking about it from like a logic standpoint, like early Nintendo should have had internal memory. Like it should have had like RAM or it should have had.
Well, unless it was all running off the cartridge.
To keep track of system clock. No, that's the other thing. It wasn't on cartridge.
And did they have clocks back then, James? Did the console have a clock?
They had to have. That's how the PC would work, or that's how the computer would work.
According to Google, and this is the first 5 searches that I'm reading, the original Xbox, which released in 2001, was the first console to use internal memory to store games.
Wait, so did I screw myself, or did
I think I got 2 points, motherfuckers. I think I got 2 points.
But I used my challenge for that, so...
Bullshit!
So
the first console that sort of internal memory.
As the commissioner, James, you used your Google search. However, Jake, you will retain your single point because while technically the answer is now changed to the Xbox, you did answer it correctly the first time. I'm going to make flag on the play. You still get 1 point.
I shouldn't lose a point, but I shouldn't lose a point.
You gain back the 1 point.
Okay, I'll be okay
I
with
got
that.
essentially 1 point on that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's the score now?
Because
if I lose by 1 point, I'm challenging this whole fucking
So what's the point of...
You guys
hold on. So just to reiterate, what's the point of challenging it if
just a wild card?
But like I don't get anything out of it. Even if it was like, let's say like someone else didn't, No,
but if it was the Jaguar, you would have gotten a point.
Because why would I challenge it? Like even if I'm just guessing, like I don't know if it was Jaguar. I was just challenging it just to like say it was wrong. That it wasn't the Saturn. Like it could have been. It could have been a question or it could have been an answer that wasn't even on the question, like on the answer list. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. And
That's true.
So then
everyone
why?
would have been wrong.
So then, but I get nothing out of it.
It's a risk reward game.
You give me 2 points. You give James a point. We're all even.
You
guys are
still
both
get 1
tied
point
right now.
We're
You
tied.
should still
We're
get
tied.
1 point.
Yeah, you guys are
Fine.
both tied at
I should
9
get 2.
points.
I was right.
You know what? I'll at least Jake was right. So we'll keep it how it is.
We're tied.
Keep
We're
it
tied.
going.
Yeah, you're both tied at 9.
Yeah.
That being said, this is question 20, which means there are 5 questions left.
And
Okay.
we can't challenge anymore.
No more
No more challenges.
No
Some
challenges
of
on
these
play.
questions are really hard. A few of them are pretty easy. So
All right.
good to
No,
be
I
quick
thought
on
you
the
would say
draw
like the
here.
super hard ones for last.
It's important to be quick on the draw, but to not interrupt me.
I've heard that before.
Question 20. What professional wrestler helped debut the original Xbox?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That's right.
That is correct.
Using that fucking weird green
Yeah,
suit.
is it the video?
Mhm.
I can't forget it.
Question 21 is also an Xbox question. What is the original meaning behind the green goo on the original Xbox dashboard? All right.
Start reading those multiple choice.
I'll quote, innovation, creation, energy, and the color of our new brand. An official quote from Xbox. B, Microsoft software engineer claimed it represents the money leadership thought they would make, or thought the Xbox would make. C, it represents nuclear power. Or D, as far as we know, executives at Microsoft simply liked the color.
I'm going to go with
I'm gonna go
A.
with D.
Oof, the correct answer is C. It represented nuclear power.
God damn it! Like it definitely like felt nuclear, but it was like,
What
why
a
would they
weird
say?
question.
Yeah,
Never thought about that goo a lot.
yeah.
All right. This is where the questions get stupid hard.
Okay.
That was the first one. Okay. Question 22. Demon Souls creator Hidetaki Miyazaki
Mhm.
originally obscured his game's stories deliberately because of what reason?
I don't know, but I'm kind of fascinated.
Okay.
Mhm.
A, he enjoyed watching online communities grow as they tried to explain his games. B, he would read foreign picture books as a child and preferred to make his own connections in the stories. C, he had plans to explain the plot in DLC, but instead made Dark Souls and the tradition stuck. D, it would be cheaper than having to localize a complex story to a worldwide audience.
I'm going to go
I'm gonna go
C.
I'm gonna go with B as in boy.
The correct answer is B. He read foreign picture books as a child and preferred to make connections himself.
Very cool.
Cool.
I just know there's like a lot of problems with Dark Souls and Demon Souls with being a PlayStation exclusive and all that shit. So I was curious about that. Very cool. That's fun.
They also made games before that, which were also
Yeah, they made
weird and complicated. I forgot what it's called, Knights of something, or
also like I think they made the tower game, like the Midnight Tower, or the
Hmm.
there's one
That's-
where it's like a first person kind of like tower.
yeah, it's weird and medieval.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a free guess question, so no chance to steal, just 1 point.
Free
Okay.
guess. Okay.
Which of the numbered Metal Gear Solid games did designer Hideo Kojima first say would be his last game
3.
or his final game?
I'll go with 3 as well.
The correct answer is Metal Gear Solid 4,
Oh, okay.
Guns of the Patriot.
I go
That makes
4.
sense. That makes sense.
3 is like in the trilogy though.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right, 2 questions left.
2 questions left.
Fallout was not originally a Bethesda IP. They acquired it from which company? A, Infogames. B, Black Isles Studios. C, Ogre Entertainment. Or D, High Rock Studios.
C. Ogre Entertainment.
D High Rock Studios.
Well, if y'all are both wrong, the answer is D, Black Isle Studios.
So what's this total at before this last question?
I think you're up 1.
Jake is up 1.
So it's I get it to tie, or you get it to win,
Wow, and then we're on even keel. Okay.
or if we both don't get it.
I might have some tiebreaker questions if we get to that point.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
James
good.
is so done.
Question 25. What video game received the first ever M rating? This is a particular question. Which video game received the first ever M rating?
I'm waiting for multiple choice.
Yeah, I'm not chancing that.
I'm not either.
Okay.
I have an idea, but I'm not.
Me too, but I don't think it's right.
Doom, parentheses, SNES edition.
Oh.
B, The Punisher, parentheses, 1993. C, Mortal Kombat. Or D, Lethal Enforcers.
I'm going with the Doom SNES edition because that's interesting.
Doom as well, yeah.
You guys are both correct.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Mortal Kombat did not launch with a rating. It caused ratings.
Right?
Yeah.
But then the re-release of Doom on the SNES was the first ever M-rated game.
Yeah, it was controversial when Doom first came out, especially because everyone was playing it at Microsoft and all that. So it was prompted like the ratings kind of thing. All right, well, Jake won with 1.
That leaves our total: Jake at 12 and James at 11. So close for both of you. I will say James was steady the entire time.
Yeah,
Jake lost a few points. Jake gained a few extra points, lost a few extra points.
I like to gamble, folks.
He definitely gambled, yeah.
He does.
And you will find...
Luckily, I didn't get screwed on the challenge, though.
No. I think it's great, though, I think that in the weird way that I was right at that question all along.
It's funny how both the challenges, though, that we were like, they were different. So that makes me think a lot of these questions we could have
figured out.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Half the shit. Like, you type in the answer, the question, and somebody else is like, actually, Mortal Kombat, technically. There's a lot of that.
Mortal Kombat did cause the ratings, though. It was a big old issue.
Yeah.
Boys, before we say goodbye for our 100th episode, any final thoughts? Anything else eating at your soul?
100 more.
That's what I wanted to hear. 200 more.
200 more.
200 more. Thank you so much for watching the 100th episode of the Sidescape Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Jake Burke. That's James St. Charles. That's Ted Libby. And we will see you next week.